Yo, hear me out. I think at some point iShowSpeed is gonna take over MrBeast as the biggest creator on the platform. Hear me out, okay? Currently at the time of recording, this Speed is at 30 million subscribers. Side note, Prime did this tweet congratulating Speed and gave him this 6-finger grip. Like, what? MrBeast is currently on 316 million subscribers, so yes, it's a huge gap at the moment. But currently, MrBeast is going through a whole mountain of controversy. We got everything that happened with Chris, a bunch coming out about who he hired in the past, some other stuff, and most recently, a ton surrounding the Amazon show that he's doing with Amazon. What? Like, there's some wild allegations in that one. Will this bring down the beast? Brother, absolutely not. At this point, I think he's just too big to fail from this kind of commotion. Maybe if something like really serious comes out, then yes, maybe. Not that I'm saying everything that's come out isn't serious. It's just like the internet is a wild place. They only care for a little bit and then they just move on. But even though all these controversies can't bring him down, it has put a little dent on his armor. And ultimately, nothing lasts forever on the internet. People move on and go on to the next big thing. And I think if he cannot innovate on his content enough without having to innovate into controversies because he keeps trying to push the limit with his videos and clearly he can't keep doing that, maybe people will start to get bored. PewDiePie had 100 million plus subscribers and only was getting about 2 million to 3 million views. So it can happen. Like over time, people just like the audience starts to go smaller if you don't innovate enough. So, who will take over as the new king or queen on YouTube? Well, I think Speed has a 6-finger grip on that throne. He is seeing insane growth at this time and he's a lot smarter than he comes across. Playing this wild, insane, high-energy character, aligning himself with the most famous person on earth, constantly doing crazy stunts, and traveling to like every country in the world. I think this is all very calculated, smart moves towards growth that he's pulling off successfully here, in my opinion. And a running theme you may have noticed with whoever's at the top of YouTube, usually people want somebody that's a good person at the top. Renato, probably the first person to get big on YouTube, was seemingly a good person until it came out that he probably wasn't all that, you know. Then we got like Smosh, we got Jenna Marbles, we got MrBeast. We had Ray William Johnson, we had OJ Simpson, PewDiePie, of course. PewDiePie was a nice, genuine guy, even though the media, like, you know, tried to label him as a monster. If you actually watched his content and you kind of saw his character, he did seem to be a fairly decent guy. And Speed, I think, is a fairly decent human being. Like, he plays this crazy, wild character that does all sorts of stupid and weird stuff. But I think he does have a good heart. Like, you can see it with his interactions with people. Like, you know, he breaks character when it's like something serious. His donations, his giving, he's very kind. And that's usually what people want for, like, you know, the top creator on the platform. Oh, and YouTube's auto dubbing feature that's just released. Oh, game changer. Not just for everyone on YouTube, because now we can like kind of have our videos auto-dubbed into other languages so we can gain huge audiences. But imagine what that does for someone like Speed, who's already going to these countries, gaining an audience in these countries, and now people can actually watch, like the native people can watch and understand him as well. And yes, I know MrBeast already dubs his videos with like famous voice actors within those regions, but he isn't live streaming for hours, you know, it's not like as much of an event as Speed is, and he's in these countries as well. Word of mouth is still a powerful tool for marketing right now, and I think when he gains these audiences in these countries and there's word of mouth and then the people can actually understand him as well, that's just going to be an amazing growth accelerator. Or I could be completely wrong and MrBeast is going to be like the biggest YouTuber on earth forever until he's like super old. I don't know, I just had a good idea for this thumbnail. I thought it'd be a nice thumbnail and I made a whole video around it. Okay, I'm out.